The exposition of the body of St Francis Xavier was not supposed to be a decennial event. The first exposition after the incorrupt body of St Francis Xavier was brought to Goa from Malacca happened almost by accident. The first exposition lasted only 3 days and was held between 10th February and 12th in the year 1782, almost 230 years after his death. The exposition of the body of St Francis Xavier was held to negate rumours that the Jesuits who were expelled in 1759 by the Portuguese had taken away the body of Xavier and left behind an empty casket. It was only after Liberation of Goa that the exposition began to be held regularly after 10 years.
Now the exposition was started because people thought that the body was not existing, or that the Jesuits had taken with them when they were asked to move out from Goa and other territories also of the Portuguese colonies and Portugal also during the Marquês de Pombal's time. But then it was first opened to prove that the body was there, and then they exposed for the first time only for 3 days with the authorities, the governmental authorities, the viceroy and the patriarch of the time, and it was proved that the body was there. Then they used to open the casket for people when VIPs and all used to come, not this 10-year tenure that we have now. And depending on that, they used to expose, and they also used to expose directly the body. So the last time that they exposed directly the body was in 1952, the year I was born. Because my brother told me that he kissed the relics directly. Okay, so I haven't done that. Okay, but after that it was always inside the casket. And we always attended the exposition to go pray. And we come also for the feast, if not on the feast day, but for a novena and pray. So whenever we pass the side, we get in to pray. But that's more a spiritual connection of the people of Goa, not only Catholics, but if you look around, you will see that all religion people are present during the novenas, the feasts and all to pray to the saint.
The second exposition took place 77 years after the first exposition between the feast day of St Francis December 3, 1859 to 8th January 1860 for a period of 36 days. While 40,000 pilgrims attended the first exposition, the number swelled to 2 lakh pilgrims in 1859 to 60. The third exposition of the sacred relics of St Francis Xavier was held after 19 years of the second exposition. The dates were from 3rd December 1878 to 6th January 1879, for a period of 34 days. The fourth exposition of the holy relics of Xavier was held after a period of 12 years, between 3rd December 1890 to 1st January 1891, where 1.5 lakh devotees paid homage to the great saint. Thereafter the fifth exposition was held after 10 years, December 7th to 10th, 1900. The first exposition to be held after 10 years was the sixth exposition, which was held between 26th November and 28th December 1910, with 2 lakh devotees. The seventh exposition, commemorating the 300 years of St Francis Xavier's sainthood, occurred after 12 years of the sixth exposition between 22nd December 1922 and 2nd January 1923. The eighth exposition was held after 9 years. The ninth exposition was held in the month of May after 11 years. The 10th exposition was held after 10 years. Surprisingly, the 11th exposition took place during the Liberation of Goa between December 11th and 31st, 1961, after 9 years. The 12th exposition took place after just 3 years after liberation on 25th November 1964 to 5th January 1965. VO9. It is only after liberation of Goa that the expositions began to be held after 10 years between December and January. The 13th exposition was held in 1974, the 14th exposition was held in 1984, the 15th, 16th and 17th expositions were held in 1994, 2004 and 2014 respectively. The decision to hold the exposition after 10 years was probably an administrative decision, since church authorities are not so sure why the exposition is held every 10 years.
Watch on Herald TV.